Chris, you could cut glass with these bad boys. I cannot wait to get into this one, Chance. This truly is going to be, it's personal. I think that's the best way to sum it up.
You know, the paternity test series, I guess we get to run it back and try again. Slasher had very particular words, literally explained that he said he taught them how to play Call of Duty. Like, that is some high grade trash talk that I assure you LA Thieves paid attention. They want their revenge, and obviously against Atlanta FaZe, just generically, like throughout the entire Vanguard season, Atlanta had their number right up until the very end. So I know Atlanta have had LA Thieves number a little bit this year as well, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, and we are nearing the end of the year. So it is the Square Up series, 8 world champions in the lobby. You know it's going to be a good time.
Here we go. We're throwing down a big series here again. Pucker called it, playing for top 3. The winner of this one. Into the hard point we go. Breenberg will be our battlefield, and our warriors are already getting stuck at it. Kenny with our first blood. LA Thieves with the time.
And LA Thieves, again, hardpoint, that is where they have set themselves apart from Atlanta FaZe, who have struggled in the game mode all year long. So they are desperate and they need to be able to strike first. And so far, so good. Able to collect a decent chunk of time, keeping things nice and stable on the map. And even Simp and aBeZy struggling to win some of their gunfights. aBeZy trying to get a little bit hot early on. He's up to 3, but you see what's happening on the map. It is a 50-50 battle right now for rotation. You got Drazah in the mix and Cellium in the back.
Yeah, Cellium in the back. Important position to be in for now. Watch that Drazah play. He's trying to make sure no one spawns up close. Looking at the spawns there for the members of the LA Thieves all over the place.
Instant.
3 clean, make it 4 technically there for the LA Thieves. That's going to be their hard point. P2 locked down. Trophies out. They are ready for the hit phase. Here they come.
Yeah, you had Ali call it out. #1 hold team in the game with a perfect rotation like that. They just get to do the easy part at this point. Octane pushed out the jewels. You are funneling him in all just 2 directions. It is ARs down the line. Kenny Pro, Drazah just over top of them. They write it down. That is as easy as it gets, but at least the trade portion coming through. FaZe, they want one more attack.
Yeah, one more hit at it. Drazah deals damage to every player. Octane there for the cleanups. Number 3 round the corner. LaRue gets it.
Perfect.
That's a sweet 4 in a row now for him. 7-1 overall. This is still time going the way of the Thieves. aBeZy can't stop that either. Simp, though, might be able to for a moment. The last minute contest. Kenny toe-to-toe with one of the terrors. Deals with it. And that's another 15 in the bag for the LA Thieves.
Drazah might get dealt with, though. Yeah, the trades are coming through. LA Thieves almost had like the perfect spawns at the old time to set themselves up on a rotation. But Atlanta FaZe, for the first time, able to slow things down, get a triple setup in and around kitchen. You even have Slasher being sort of the errant man. So Kenny, he wants to work his way through the back. His former teammate just over top of him, checks the angle at LA Thieves. That's the start of the breakdown on the point. I think it's just the tears that are going to be stuck inside, and they got their work cut out for him. Drazah going hunting.
He's going way hunting for that one. Cellium there with the baz inside of Freezer. Takes care of business now. Got Octane. Up close and personal trophies aren't going to help out. It's the quick contest. Can FaZe break this? Octane, Subtane, gets himself 2'd. Here comes number 3 around the corner, no problem. The teamwork once again, chance for the LA Thieves. They lock down kitchen, and they're pushing the lead further forward.
I mean, it's just too easy as well. Octane has been just unstressed. He has 11 kills, most of them just cleanups. They're barely shooting back against them, and that is just the efficiency of the teamwork. And, I mean, Atlanta FaZe, I suppose they get the setup over towards New once again, but, you know, Thieves have been perfect of breaking these setups down. Simply roaming and being a cutoff man, so there you go. Kills like that are gonna set LA Thieves a little bit further back. You're buying your teammates a little bit more time, and you can get a much more comfortable setup. But I say comfortable, it's selling with the Vaznev in the back, and fortunately for him, he's had some weird timing.
Ooh, unfortunate gunfight against Envoy as well. Slasher holding down bar, finds 2. Next set of players coming out of bedroom side. Here comes a last-minute pinch. Drazah gets into the feed, gets the hill. aBeZy check every corner. The comms must have been off. He misses that one. Here come the rest of the Thieves, though. Up close and personal now. Cellium once again in the point. Nice teamwork. Simp there to back him up. This is essential time for Atlanta FaZe. They claw this one back 1 second at a time.
And this is a big opportunity as well, because that was a clean 4 in the feed. Now you're spawning LA Thieves in the back, and for the first time, maybe Atlanta able to play with a little bit of comfort on their side. They're even early on the rotation, and aBeZy popped dead silence to get over towards New. Now it's a 1 versus 2 for the moment, but Slasher's quick to reposition. aBeZy, maybe not even buying him time. He is straight for the chow. With wins like that, Slasher keeping things afloat. LA Thieves are going to be here first.
They're in.
Atlanta, wow. Oh, you know, how's that for you?
It's a lot of red, baby, and it's Slasher making him dead. There we go. Cell on the other side. Nice 2 from him. 1 from Simp there with his fist. So we're looking at a lead change in a matter of moments. Atlanta FaZe right back in it. Envoy. Wow, what a gunny that was. Over to Simp. Then he slowed down LaRue. Can't get it done. Nice work there. Octane now gets closer and closer to the hard point. Lead change. Atlanta FaZe, but short-lived. Can Cellium stop this? Oh, takes care of Kenny. Next over the hard point. As the LA Thieves will be able to net a couple of seconds out of this. FaZe not willing to go this time. Forward they fly. Into it. Octane wins a big one. Envoy with the nade again. He's playing out of his mind. Slasher makes him pay for the aggression. And it's a 10-point game for now. Chance, but man alive. No one is letting anything get away.
No, definitely not Slasher. He's not getting away from anything. Hunted down back kitchen. So LA Thieves doing a nice job breaking through the old hill, getting a bit of scrap time. Drazah even winning extra gunfights as well. So Atlanta FaZe, they are going to be a distant memory from being able to approach this hill. aBeZy's by himself for the moment, but hey, with beams like that, that's a nice little kickoff. And yo, fries Kenny for the second as well. That's how you get it done. Send it to aBeZy, get him the big 2, get a couple beat downs as well. And Atlanta FaZe, what could have been a very difficult rotation, now they might even have the edge.
Trying to get forward now. Drazah, the man on the back line. Cellium, take care of him if you can. It's on Simp to break through the front as well. Here comes the collapse. Cellium can't read it. Drazah stays alive in the back line. Can aBeZy take care of him? Yes, now to the point we go. One problem dealt with, the next one's up now. Everyone from the LA Thieves on the inside of the hard point. Envoy, big tags as the AR aBeZy unable to finish the kill, but it's LaRue, one of the greatest ARs to do it in the point, finding kills all over the place. LA Thieves, Chance still pushing the lead forward.
I'd say throughout this game, Octane's almost been your barometer of success for LA Thieves, right? He starts off 11-2, absolute run, and then guys like aBeZy are picking up 3 pieces in the feed to bump up Atlanta FaZe. So if Octane's doing well, LA Thieves are doing well. If aBeZy is frying, well, you can see him collecting that hill time and getting guys like Slasher in position. Envoy doing the dance to get nearby, and hey, good enough. Fries Cellium off the nerd spot, and LA Thieves, no time wasted. aBeZy for 3, only buys you 15 seconds.
First set of hard points complete, second now on us, and man, it is an absolute banger of a hard point so far. LA Thieves, they are currently in the lead. Let's go for a listen in.
Last guy cell, bros. Could be through right. Could be white.
We got time. That's it. That is it. That is it.
Secret door. All the way.
We're playing through the right, then we're gonna go with the left.
Alright.
I'm saying they're all left. I gotta watch the lobby. Don't watch the lobby.
Make it push me.
Look right. My lobby's open. My lobby's open. Nice. Yep. Missing Austin. Missing Austin. In lobby. Hit twice. Front lobby. Not moving.
I'm walking.
Front lobby. Not moving. MC. Front
I'm
lobby.
going, bros.
He's standing front lobby.
Check. One shot.
Lives, Zach.
Dude, they're trying lobby. Challenge lobby.
Gotcha.
I'm just holding. They're gonna jump in.
I have white to hole.
I'm just holding Zig.
One lobby or no?
Oh, watch the hole. Backstairs, aBeZy.
Backstairs. White door.
I have lobby. Backstairs, one shot.
Go backstairs then.
Good job.
White door.
Zig hit twice.
Yo, check in white door.
Alright, Simpson Zig.
He
went to time. He went to luggage.
Close up, lay down.
I spawn close.
Hey, I'm going new.
I'm inside Zig, bros. I'm in Zig.
They have a trophy down. I'm trying with gun. He was luggage.
Backstairs, the white wall.
3 hold, triple hold.
One new or no? No, we should be fine.
One was Zig pillar, they were
I
triple
spawn mid, brother.
I'm gonna spawn mid. I spawn front.
I think couch is fast, aBeZy going solo. He's secret. Hold.
Chance, you can hear it in the LA Thieves comms. This is a important matchup for them. They want this win bad. How are we going now towards the kitchen hard point? Brakes are on.
Well, and the break might be an important, crucial moment, right? Atlanta FaZe now have the lead for the first time pretty much the entire game. And if they could break this hill, well, they might just seal the deal. But that is a nice hold from the Thieves from inside the point. Get the 4-man clearance. And you got Drazah picking up 2 pieces in the middle of the map. So on the kitchen, LA Thieves, the lead that they lost did not last for long. Right back inside, snaking his little heart out.
Here we go, Envoy. Here come your next 2 challenges. Cellium's trophy taken care of. Cellium will be dealt with in a moment. He knows the read there. Side door, waiting for the nades. Perfect play from Sim. Cuts down 1. Over to Drazah now. Next man in. There's the contest. Here come the snakes. aBeZy loses it. Back over to Simp at the back door. Cuts down 2. Can he get any more out of it? Slasher with a nade. That's the break. Atlanta FaZe.
Oh, Simp is built different. Simp sets that entire thing up, and Cellium wastes just enough time on the contest spot to stave off a little bit of that pressure, but LA Thieves will still have the lead going in a new, but that rotation getting locked down by the ARs. Slasher and Cellium, the crossfire on point, picking them apart. Atlanta have the back spawns, and they should be able to get to this hill first. Trophies out and bound in the back, and Cellium again trying to keep these AR players at bay. Octane down, Envoy barely left alive. He's the only player in the back.
Hardpoint lead change. Atlanta FaZe now running the show. Kills going their way as well. Kenny and Drazah, the father-son duo, cut down there by aBeZy himself. Back on spawn go the LA Thieves. A bit of a journey now to make their way to that point. As for now, it's FaZe. Feet up. Get ready for the next fight. You're looking at a win soon.
And look, for Atlanta FaZe, their 2 best S&D maps during this series. You could not afford to drop a hard point if you were LA Thieves. This is absolutely a desperation moment. They do get inside the hill in Envoy and Drazah there to shut him down. Slasher clean shots, but it is 10 seconds to scrap. He's fighting forward. He's out of the play on rotation, but Atlanta FaZe, they will be there first. If they can hold off LA Thieves, or frankly, it's either team. It is an 8-point game going in a new. This game will be decided on restaurant.
Here we go. A last course of this hard point served up. 20 for the win. FaZe. Thieves now making their way forward. 2 through red. Envoy in the kills. aBeZy bites off more than he can chew. Dives into the point straight away. Slasher trying to stay alive. There's the contest. The next fight is going to be a massive one. FaZe now scrambling to get forward. Thieves desperately trying to hold on. The time's still ticking. Slasher, no one's letting anything get away with it. He's still alive, and the point brought to his knees. Thieves hard point.
They can still win it. Again, the ticket's going to go their way. Atlanta now need at least 1 second at contest time, or still the opportunity to break. aBeZy on the pinch is flying in, got to the hill, gets traded out. It is trade back and forth all day long until Simp gives you the big 2 advantage back towards Atlanta.
Back towards Atlanta, 10 for the win. They can do it here. You have to get in there now. Thieves, go, fly, send it. aBeZy finds 2. Now over to the point. That's game. No one there. Cellium, the last man, brings them down. And it's a big opening hard point for Atlanta FaZe.
And happy for it as well. Slasher, you know in the interview, no sound EQ on LAN. That is where Atlanta do much better in the respawn game modes compared to their online struggles. And that is setting the tone. A map that you have LA Thieves, they love to play hotel. It's, I think, their most played hardpoint map by a decent margin. They take him down for the game number 1, and for a team that has struggled in hardpoint, that has been utterly dominant in search and destroy, well, now you're on cruise control. You get Tupac to call out the strats. There is going to be 0 time wasted for Atlanta. They now have a massive edge in this series.
What a big opener. Tight hardpoint there on hotel. Comes to a close, though. Caps being tipped all over the place. Octane, that 31 and 24. Beautiful stuff out of him, but overall, just Atlanta FaZe far too strong. Slasher said he taught him everything he knows. Apparently, there's still a few tricks left up that Tiger's sleeve. We'll see if the Caps, the LA Thieves, can climb that tree and get up there. But for now, it's search and destroy chance. And it's going to be a real good one, but that hard point was so exciting. We are going to now go for our scuffed play of the game. We're going to give it to the last 60 seconds of that hard point. What an exchange of hands.
And the biggest difference maker on this hill, I think it was literally Simp and aBeZy almost taking turns. I know in this situation, Slasher's just trying to stay alive. Every single one of his teammates ends up falling, but I suppose there's enough contest time just to keep things afloat. But it's after the fact. Simp is the guy that picks up the big 2 on the rotation, so that'll be number 3 on the mini-map trying to make the play. But it's Atlanta FaZe on the pinch. 1 tears there for the setup, flies in for the chow. He's going to get traded, but then Simp's just there to jump on it. There's beams. There's the fry man, and that's where you get the clearance on the point, and Atlanta FaZe win immediately after.
That's the phenom. They had 1 second difference here. Perfect timing out of Simp there to get the break. aBeZy's unbelievable 2-piece there on the fly. Kenny and Drazah once again. There we go. With a single second to spare in the hard point, Atlanta FaZe are in. Brilliant start to this series. Again, we're playing for top 3. This red winners bracket final, or winners matchup final, I should say, has only just begun.
Yeah, and you know, pick your poison for like the most important moments of the game, right? Obviously down to the wire on the restaurant hill, incredibly impactful. But even early on, LA Thieves had the edge. You had aBeZy pulling out the old TAC 56 to try to go on like the back platform hill. Fries two different people with the TAC. I mean, like the little 180 he did to catch Kenny trying to jump on top of the vans in the mid hop, that buys you a decent chunk of time. You hit on the kitchen hill where LA Thieves had the full setup, where Cellium is contesting for 10, 15 seconds laying down in freezer, buying Simp enough time to come through and end up picking up a 3-piece. So Atlanta FaZe done their homework, did a lot of things right. And I'd say another performance from Simp where he just sets himself apart.
Indeed. Well, that's Tupac Thuglog there, the S&D coach of Atlanta FaZe.
What a name.
The name. There's only one. Final words of wisdom for a squad that has certainly taken the league by storm in Search and Destroy on the other side of the arena. JCap talking to the LA Thieves, imparting years and years and years of world champion wisdom. Trying to get the boys refocused and back into this one. Search and Destroy has not been the strongest mode for the LA Thieves, chance, especially against FaZe. This series just became all the more dangerous for Los Angeles.
And, you know, we could take a look at their stage 4 S&D stats. I know, like, on both aBeZy and aBeZy, you've had LA Thieves working on both of them quite a bit. I think 3 of their games throughout stage 4 for LA Thieves were on aBeZy. They won them all. They have a 5-1 record. Absolutely fantastic. First Blood's on point, neck and neck. Even for the 3v4s, LA Thieves, as of late, have been much more clutch. And I don't want to map like aBeZy over the course of the year. That's been one of their bigger problems. A, converting the rounds when they get the first bloods, and B, actually winning the 3v4. So the stats for LA, they look phenomenal. The mats that they have been like working on match up against Atlanta FaZe, but I mean, we saw what happened last time they played aBeZy, where LA were trying to get a little bit cheeky, square up on aBeZy, see how it goes against FaZe. They got 6-0'd. And now we have Atlanta FaZe's 2 best maps again in this series. So obviously Thieves, they game plan for it. They're working on those maps. They have been very intentional about letting them through. At the end of the day, you're squaring up against the best team on their best maps. This is not an easy task.
Here we go. aBeZy Search and Destroy map number 2 here in our series. FaZe with the statistical advantage by quite the record so far in this season. We'll see what happens in this one. All bets are off. As our 2 red teams here in the league go toe-to-toe for another undoubtedly historic matchup here at Major 4. Will it be smooth sailing for aBeZy, or will the Thieves be able to turn it all around here? Level up the series. Let's find out. Into aBeZy we go.
And just to throw the quick nod, Atlanta FaZe, they are 3-0 against Thieves on this very map. You have Octane and Drazah with a .62 and a .57 in Search against FaZe. So that is the 2 players to pay a great deal of attention to. Is Sign with the Signal 50 doing one thing, aBeZy doing his normal thing already. First blood collected.
As far forward possible as he could be. Picks up that kill. Unbelievable start from FaZe. Envoy still has that bomb. He's managed to make his way inside the A bomb site. Watch out for that corner from Simp. Perfect timing. Ooh, he doesn't stick him. Kenny, though, manages to level up the field. Octane adds another one, and now it is all on to Simp and Slasher.
You got the intel as well, so that is a quick little turnaround. Talk about how their 3v4 clutch is a 50% rate. So now the advantage already, but Simp and Slasher to deal with. Simp with the TAC 56 in hand, and that bomb yet to get planted. A couple of players making moves on the outer edges of the map, and you talk about the pick game that's taking place. Octane catches Slasher. He's got 2 in the round, and Simp now in a 1 versus 3.
Oh.
Just gonna get fried. Kenny there to shut him down. And Kenny and Octane 2 apiece in that round in spite of the aBeZy first blood. LA clutch up.
And this spot from Kenny, man, what a great position to be in. Reads the transition from Simp, knowing that B-bomb site was going to be the target, and Kenny the man to hold it down. The rear guard for the squad. They're going to make their way over towards that bomb site. He's going to make sure they get there safely. Solid execution there from the LA Thieves. Round 2, here we go.
And where Octane and Drazah have struggled in Search against Atlanta FaZe, Kenny has been their shining light. So continues his path in round number 1, but aBeZy, who is part of basically every single first blood, whether he wins it or loses it, he will be in the mix. Already quick, aggressive, jumping on it, looking for the trade on Envoy, and he's gonna get it 3v3.
Every time, somehow, just finds the tiniest of openings. prescient plays from aBeZy. Not read this time as Drazah proves to be more than a hazard with the two-piece. That is outrageous. 2v1, all down to Slasher.
That's a cute play from Drazah as well to get him those two. Lays down on the outer door in the alley and finds the timing to get the freebies. So clearly LA, again, they have absolutely been doing their homework to allow Atlanta's two best maps in the mix. But Slasher making moves. He's got a trophy, so he's a little loud. And honestly, with attack, this is a tough setup to break.
We'll see if the sound occlusion works through that door, because he may have managed to do this. The Drazah and Octane. It's a firing squad on the inside of that A-bomb site. Oh, the tags! There's one! Dealt with! Drazah! No, the nade! The 1v1's not over yet! Slasher on 12 HP. Drazah goes for the chow. Wins it. A decisive 1v1, but Slasher nearly makes it possible. What a round.
That is incredibly well played by both of those players. It's always good to see players in 1v1s use the nades that they have at the end. So Slasher gives it a good attempt, but Drazah, he is quick with it. He might have been tagged up and weak, but Drazah, no hesitation to be the aggressor, flies out of the door, ends up winning it. So doesn't get away from him there. No clutches early on. LA Thieves now up 2-0.
What a round out of Drazah. Here we go. Looking towards B.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the wrong kind of first blood phase. Simp is not on the board. Don't let that kill feed fool you. But now he is. Takes care of Kenny. Makes up for previous transgressions. Can he get another no? Envoy now on the bottom side of pool. A lot of presence towards that A-bomb site. Cellium knows he has to maneuver forward. Has to now take up some form of position here, but he might hit the wrap. And this is a lovely play out of Cellium.
Interesting plant spot, though. Oh, he finds the timing to get inside. Dead silence gets reset for the 2v2. Cellium's starting to make moves. He's going to get spotted, but he has some intel as well. Both those players shot, so FaZe knows exactly where LA is at. And they know they have to plant the bomb, but Octane hasn't wasted much time. He has collected it. Hasn't gone for the plant just yet.
And Slasher going now to deliver the final blow. He's hit the flank. Less than 30 seconds to go here. The bomb yet to be planted. Noisy as you like. He's in between the action. Here comes Drazah. The name! Ooh! Lives up to the name. A Slasher finds one with a blade. It's all down to Octane. 15 seconds. He's pinned. And he's done. What a round out of FaZe.
Oh, there you go. Michael Myers making a guest appearance right there. Didn't even have the Deddy popped. He is making so much noise.
Oh my God.
Whether or not the theme song was roaming in the background or not. Atlanta FaZe finally able to get one, because that was the third round in a row where at some point the advantage is just there.
Oh no.
Oh, that is super
Simp's
awkward.
nade. They wanted a nade together. It looks like Simp's bounced off the back head of aBeZy.
Yeah, he took 10 damage there. So frag grenades hurt. You got a cannon on you.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
And that's the round they won.
That's crazy. What a search this is, man. Envoy looking for the first blood. It's a sweet nade. Will it land? It does. Not enough to get the kill, though. Should have thrown a frag. Those bad boys be hitting.
I think that's enough pressure on the flank with Slasher having to back down that they're worried about those back doors being open. So I think Simp was maybe waiting for that hit to come through. So LA Thieves on the opening break buy themselves a little bit of pressure, and there's more homework being done. Drazah again able to catch aBeZy, shut down the First Blood Reaper, and LA Thieves, it has been every single round. At some point they've had the man advantage. They got a 4v3.
All they do there was exchange glances across El Asilo. Here we go, Envoy. Wonderful way to get into the feed. Cellium, though, he gets one of his own, so it's a 3v2, but Envoy Deddy reset. He's still able to move relatively freely now. Cellium activates his. On the outside of the map is all FaZe. You come to the inside of Asilo. That's where two members of LA Thieves are. Here we go. Envoy can't win the fight. And Cellium is gone. Long gone. Kenny has been baited into battle with Slasher, and he has been dealt with 15 seconds, all down to Drazah.
And they're going to hit him as well. They're going to chow for the 1v2. Drazah gets the first. Drazah gets the second. The windmill on point. The 180 there. And Drazah delivers another big round for LA Thieves. And Drazah right now, he is piecing them up.
That is a outstanding two-piece from the Alaskan. Right back to it. Call the next play. As if it never happened. Another day in the office. There were some stunned faces across Polaris. All in a day's work. And there's a stunned face. Slasher could not believe that kill came through. Wow. 3-1. Thieves with the lead.
And fun fact, Drazah is just hazard spelled backwards, so always something to surprise at least a few people. You never know. And now he's leading the charge through field, so he's trying to open things up. And look at this is what like doing to Atlanta FaZe. So many players just got dragged. There's like 3 players basically back partying on B. So Atlanta FaZe, they just caved to the pressure. The A side is now virtually wide open, but Envoy wants to take the fight, maybe right to him.
He better hurry up.
Right on the other side of the door.
He's got to hurry up. Someone's moved in. And it's Simp waiting for that one. In the meantime, Kenny's kill onto Slasher now gives slight advantage there to the LA Thieves. Drazah makes it even better. Here comes Simp though, springs to life. He gets 2. Oh my! Drazah though ends the run. It's a 5 spree now from him. 8-2 overall. Kenny and Drazah. No need for any fun and games. They put Cellium down as the LA Thieves continue the dominance here on El Asilo.
It is truly looking like Slasher taught his boys well, right? Because LA Thieves, they have been playing that pick style of Call of Duty, and it was Kenny that caught Slasher on the outer edge of the map. I mean, Slasher on Asilo specifically, I think is a 1.56 against LA, so LA certainly has an idea of what he likes to do, but now those ARs getting picked apart on the outer edges. Great plays through field as well. And even Simp's 2-piece isn't enough to even things up. Thieves have been on a roll.
Old colleagues and teammates, old pals, watching this battle unfold right now as the LA Thieves running it here on El Asilo. This is a very aggressive play out of Drazah. That's going to be streaks. He could get more out of this one. Armed to the teeth. Full pockets. Attack now in hand. Sadly, did put the Vaz away. An accident, but here we go into the fight. aBeZy, you saw plenty. You saw far too much. Drazah gets another heal in the round. Envoy finds Simp. Chance this is falling to pieces. All down a Slasher.
Yeah, absolutely picking them apart. I mean, look, if you've ever seen Drazah on his walkouts, you know he loves the flex, so he'll pull out the Vaznev if he needs to, make the aggressive first play. They know Cellium loves to play in that top money window, and just there to catch him. The homework has been on point. The coaching staff has to have a big old smile on their face, and Slasher in 1v4 might be able to kill Drazah and stop the spree, but as far as Drazah is concerned, the damage has already been done. He has single-handedly won him 3 different rounds as a cruise missile in the back pocket. Chip Skylark, that bright old smile.
Absolute dominance from the LA Thieves here in the Search and Destroy, and what a bounce back. An air of nervous tension for Octane. He knows he's been there before. It ain't over until it's over, especially with a team like FaZe. If you have the chance to put them down, you get them done. 1 more round's all the Thieves need.
Better make sure you get it as well, because they have been completely on point. You would love to carry this momentum into the control. Playing nice and patient, though, is going to be a cruise missile round. But look at what aBeZy's doing, by the way. Him and Simp are already in the mix, so Drazah's going to have to frantically call out, like, hey, they are standing right next to you. The information has to be completely on point. This is a dangerous moment in time.
All the 2 homebreakers of Simp and aBeZy who have managed to infiltrate the side of the map that belongs to the Thieves. On the other side of it, there's 1.
Yep.
Envoy from down low now. Panic starting to set in. Slasher, the trap set. Drazah in the bar, nearly gets a pair of them. To take out the terrors like that would have been something. All now down to Kenny. He's moving. But that red circle of FaZe around him, no hope of getting out of that one. Fantastic round from FaZe. They burn the cruise and they get another one on the board.
And that's a really good read as well. They're probably thinking the exact same thing of like, all right, we know he has a cruise. They're up by this much. They're just going to go for the investment. Everybody plays tight inside in the tears. 0 time wasted to say, hey, if we think you might be going for a passive setup, they're just going to live inside of your base. They were able to get doubled up in the stairwell. And if you're in the cruise missile and you're calling something like that out, like it's just sort of a frantic moment for your teammates of being like, oh dear, like are they actually right next to us? It's not an ordinary SMD round at that point. So kind of FaZe with 1 perfect play call, but now a perfect first blood out of Kenny. That frag. Oh my God, all the frags on point. What a round. That's game. LA Thieves call it.
God.
0 time wasted, man. Holy.
What a round. All right. I mean, look, I don't know if we could get a replay. It was pretty quick. That was done and dusted, certainly. The LA Thieves, what a bounce back. Things look very different this time round in the search and destroy. Our players will take a quick break. Now they're all tied up 1-1.
I mean, hey, yo, A+ on the homework for Cap right there, right? You got double fragnates rolling through in that final round, completely calculated, on point. You know exactly where to look. I mean, aBeZy had the first blood in round number 1. Instantly, LA Thieves were able to clutch up the 3v4, and after that, they were just having a field day. Outperformed them in the first bloods. They got the clutches as well. Not only the 1v2 that Drazah had, but the attempt of the 1v2 from Slasher turned into a 1v1 against Drazah. Drazah there to make the aggressive play and shut him down. And that's one of those rounds that you just buy your team a little bit of momentum. LA Thieves, they take full advantage, and to the surprise of everyone, how this series has been going. Atlanta FaZe win the hard point, Thieves win the S&D, but the hotel control, that has been the difference maker in every single series these two teams have played. Whoever wins the control has won the series. So far, it's been 3-1 Atlanta.
We got confirmation from production charts that from the moment the first kill hit to the last kill, 6
Like 2 seconds, not even?
6
Right,
to count it precisely. That is disgusting stuff from LA Thieves. Well, while we take a moment to recover from that insane moment, it's time for some spotlights, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Our friends at Amazon Prime, Citadel, coming out soon. Here we go. Who's That Pro? Debut LAN at UMG Dallas 2015. Esports Console Rookie of the Year in 2018. If you don't have it by now, you might get it in a moment. Over $848,000 in their career earnings. Who's That Pro?
I believe he teamed with Envoy back in the day, but
We'll find out after the break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by the new series Citadel, premiering on April 28, only on Prime Video.
We now find out who our Spylights player is. Debuted at LAN on UMG Dallas 2015, Atana Cash, Console Rookie of the Year 2018. That was the giveaway, ladies and gents. Who could it be? That's right, it's Kenneth Williams, ladies and gentlemen. He's in this series. Who'd have thought it? But there we go. That's Spylights presented by our friends at Citadel. That's coming out April 28th over on Prime. Make sure to check that one out. Badass series. Cannot wait to see how that one goes down. Hey, the rest of the series, though. Speaking of other series, we're in a crazy turn of events here. Can our 2018 Console Rookie of the Year keep the insane momentum going into the Control Now chance?
And, you know, funny how things work out. His debut placed top 12 at UMG Dallas back in 2015. Envoy also in that tournament as well. That was before the 18 and up rule kicked in. And Envoy ended up placing top 20 with G4G. So funny how storylines work out. The stories intertwine between these players. But now for these two teams, Control, Atlanta FaZe 3-1 against LA Thieves. We're going to Hotel. This has been the kind of decider game mode in a sense, the one that really sets you apart.
Starting things off with a bang. It's going to be Octane there in the feed. Over towards the B zone, the LA Thieves are defending from mostly. FaZe is quite an even spread. They're kind of waiting for that opening. They're waiting for that perfect call. For now, just looking to punish any aggression. But right now, the Thieves, they're taking whatever route they want across Hotel chance. No problem.
I mean, they're making a line across the map as well, right? They have got everything covered. Octane's going to fall, so B's now the only thing that's open, but you see the rotation trying to go back towards A, because that's where Atlanta FaZe wanted the play to happen, and Simp trying to open things up. Him and Slasher will do just that, but now it's Envoy, tried and true. He will be flanking you, ready to shoot you in the back. aBeZy's going to turn for it, but Envoy took the deeper route. And there's the first kill. Number 2 getting lined up. Reads the third. Envoy dishes out the damage. Looks like that might not be good enough to set up for the trades. Atlanta FaZe nice and secure on A.
Well, there we go. Second segment completed. Atlanta FaZe now flying forward. An additional minute added to the game clock. And a lot of kills as well. Life lead Atlanta FaZe as well.
Oh, poor Octane. He just got spun on by aBeZy, and now he's going to get shot in the back again. So as soon as he spawns up, aBeZy right there behind you. And aBeZy's job at this point, play for kills. Be the cutoff man. Stay alive as long as possible. LA Thieves, you got to kill this man, but Octane could take him down, but he's done enough. You're spawning deep out. You're going to have only a player on point, and unfortunately, no trophies. So LA Thieves, they're getting the kills. They got time to go on these flanks and cut Cellium down. Could have been a moment with no trophy. LA Thieves still under control.
Octane really went above and beyond there after getting spat on a few times. Straight into the feed. Straight takes care of 2 players on the point, and now he's got bedroom control. Simp and Cellium though in FaZe. They are bouncing back out of spawn, desperately trying to make their way towards B. It's a methodical approach now as Cell from that bottom side. Here comes aBeZy, top bedroom. Will he sniff him out? Damn, son. Somehow Octane with 1 HP finds the kill. He's still running out of numbers though. Drazah 1v2 on the side. Gets it. The third so close. Slasher is there. He's going to stop the clock, but no way he stays alive. No hope in hell. Envoy's there. The defensive line from Thieves holds.
Yeah, and you look, Drazah might be 4 and 6, but that is a monster play in that moment. Not just to get the first 2 kills, but to get damage on the third guy as well. That is another time where things could have spiraled out of control. The LA Thieves clutch up just in the nick of time to make sure they stabilize. But make no mistake, FaZe has been pouring on the pressure. Nice little turn burn there from Simp just to make sure he gets the trade. Gets hunted down after the fact. This is a nice little battle. 20 seconds on the clock. Atlanta FaZe, desperation time.
Final 20, Envoy looking to drive the dagger into the back of Cellium. 15 seconds. FaZe have to cross, and they cannot. Octane is posted up in the happiest of places he could possibly be on the Godhead. He absolutely ripping these players as they try to make their way forward. 5 seconds. No one from FaZe close. You might be able to get a consolation kill or 2 out of this, but right now you're feeding Octane. He's on a 3 as we go into round 2. Nice start on the defense there from Thieves.
And I mean, that is truly a round that like is hanging on like the wire bounce, something like that tightrope. There's a metaphor in there somewhere, but there was like 3 different attempts where Atlanta were very close to setting up the capture on the B point. First go around, it's just a nade and a lack of trophy that stops Atlanta FaZe. Next go around, it's Drazah there for all the cleanup kills and the damage on the 3rd guy to make sure he's setting his teammates up. In a couple of those little moments, if Atlanta FaZe just a little bit better, they'd have had the round win. But so far, 1 for 1 on defense. Thieves there to hold it down, and now a quick B hit off the rib, trying to set things up on attack.
3 to B from FaZe now on attack, and if they can get a kill or 2, this might work out. They find themselves 2 on the site, and now you're trying to get forward. Drazah, good luck, son. You didn't need luck. You got Envoy behind you. Brilliant stuff. Slashing out from lobby. That's a 2-man stack. Should be able to capture this quite quickly now. That's going to be the first segment of B gone. This is a wonderful start from the Thieves.
Hey, that was an off moment by Atlanta too. Slasher 1AR was backing down, selling the other guy flying forward and challenging, and it's a flank from aBeZy maybe to keep you alive, and well, that's exactly what will happen. The tears come in the mix, so if the ARs drop the ball just for a moment, you get the bailout from the SMGs, but either way for LA, that is 2 ticks on B. They are happy for it. Now you go back to play the round the sort of standard way, work the A zone if you can, and try to play the distant B, but yeah, Cellium is back in his home.
Yeah, Cellium with a bulwark of defense there, solo over by A for quite some time, but the 2 massive kills are now complete over to Cellium. Once again, he's respawned seemingly right next to the point as he flies in. Good timing onto Kenny. Not enough for the kill, though. He got him off of the A point.
Excuse me?
Deal with the numbers, though.
Did he just hit fire his teammate through a wall?
More on that later. For now, progress A.
Cellium is wild, man. Okay, well, one guy, he's definitely snapping. So good luck dealing with him later on. But right now, LA Thieves, I mean, they're able to capture this A zone. You now have pressure in the back. Envoy on the flank again, tried and true. You'd love to see it. And unfortunately for Cellium, Envoy's already crossed. It looks like, though, that internal clock is ticking. You're there for the trades. And Cellium, again, absolute demon. It's like he can see through walls.
Oh, he hit that one. aBeZy got a bullet in on the cross there. Single segment remaining at B. Atlanta FaZe defensively has to be resound, and it's pretty good so far. Octane now making his way through bed. We'll slow the play down as much as we possibly can for Atlanta FaZe, but they're not going to go quietly. 2 ARs going up against each other here. Vying for control. Here come the submachine guns. They're making their way forward. Octane. Oh, he does it. He gets the big kill. That's going to be an open field now. Diving onto the point. 2-man stack. Perfect positioning from Octane. Oh, but no, doesn't matter. The squad's there as the LA Thieves have taken the offense as well.
Yes, steamrolling him as well. I mean, comfortable, laughing. That is LA Thieves in their happiest form. That was a clean round, man. Straight up off the rip. I think Cellium maybe makes one small mistake or maybe a miscomm between him and Slasher in the moment. But those early 2 ticks, you see how quickly that final one is going to fall. Octane just annihilates Slasher on the Godheady. And I can't remember who it was, number 3 on the minimap for FaZe, that was attempting to flank, but LA Thieves off spawn were able to sniff it out. You get the call out, Envoy gets the kill, and you secure the round. So right now, LA doing all the little things right. Envoy and Octane leading the charge.
Really impressive control game out of the LA Thieves here at Major 4. Ooh. Opening salvo of grenades, not ideal there from Slasher. Cellium wins a big one though against Kenny. Now Envoy right back into the fight. Unfortunate timing. Slasher reads it. Drazah, can you get any more than one? Sadly not. Atlanta FaZe now slow steady capture on towards A. The fight, no, not complete. Octane's here. That's going to be Kenny on the inside of Jules. The pinch is on. Good reads out of aBeZy though. Kenny still fighting that front line. No safe places in A whatsoever.
And you have a couple like sort of small missteps from Atlanta. Maybe an opportunity to go towards B though. 3 players spawn that direction, but it looks like they might want to at least partially roam over back to Simp. But you got the kill of B, and yeah, number 3 and number 4 gonna jump straight on it. Simp and Slasher working together. Unfortunately, both of their teammates fall, so you now have 2 men that need to watch every direction. Simp trying to dance. You got aBeZy catching players off spawn. Slasher reads the flank. They might be able to get this done. Slasher and Simp setting themselves up. They get all the kills. They handle the mixiness, and they just got hand-delivered B.
That army of 2 just managed to basically capture B alone. Unbelievable work. Now all down to A. Atlanta FaZe with a 1 life advantage and a minute 40 on the clock. Can they make the approach? Drazah, nice work from Jules. Through Chandelier we now fly. Cellium finds 1. That nade's going to slow him down only a little bit. Simp there to back him up as we fly forward now for FaZe.
Yeah, Cellium, an RTG fan. RTJ, excuse me. He runs the jewels, and now he's got in position. Simp flying in, no time wasted. Doesn't get spotted. Gets the kill, and just like that, you got Simp snaking in the middle. Two-man stack for the moment on point. LA, they're trying to set up the timing on the pinch, but it's a quick hit. Drazah for 2, Drazah for 3. Drazah, give him the quad feed. The highlight reel. Drazah adding another to the bag.
What the hell did we just watch? Or rather not see, but see, you know what I'm saying? Draz. No way. It's an MVP performance so far from Drazah. And now he's got kitchen presence. FaZe have to get him out. 5 kills in a row. As he keeps the spree rolling. Less than a minute to play for now, but FaZe have managed to get themselves onto A.
I think if you trade Drazah, you might be feeling a little bit more comfortable, right? But Kenny and Envoy stepping up, delivering, Cellium on the point. The pressure's still on. Kenny flying forward, though, and you clear house for another moment. And right now for LA, they are desperate. Well, not actually desperate. Atlanta FaZe are desperate. 50 seconds left to capture this zone, and you got Kenny in the kitchen. They're picking you apart along the way.
Chef Kenny made a meal of that last kill, allows Slasher to make his way forward, but Octane here, the sous chef, has dipped out. Can he keep this sauce flowing, though? Just about 30 seconds to go. This is not over yet. LA Thieves, hold on. You win the map. FaZe have to make the entry.
They're trying to set themselves up. Maybe one player on the flank, the other 3 coming through the front, but it's a couple trades right now. And Atlanta FaZe, they are desperate. You are running out of time. Cellium, though, gonna kick it off.
Octane could win it all right here, right now. He picks up 2 on the push. There's 1 up. Trades are done, though. In from behind, Kenny on the flank. Dealing with the snakes. It's a battle forward. He flies, not enough to get the job done. And that keeps FaZe alive here at Control.
And again, the tightrope that is these rounds of Control as well, right? It is that one moment, especially over towards that B zone, where Simp and Slasher, the only 2 players nearby, when they were in a 2v3 effectively, players coming on the flank. You're getting pinched from desk, pinched from top bed. They made all the reads, won all the gunfights, captured B first, and I know Drazah certainly made things mixy, picking up the quad feed, but eventually Atlanta FaZe they're able to overwhelm them towards A. And still alive, but a long way to go.
Yeah, that's a highlight play for sure. I wonder if we got it. Kenny taking care of aBeZy, flying out. Atlanta FaZe defense rounds have not been great. Drazah now flying forward. Oh no, aBeZy, bad timing, son. That's a 3rd there from Octane, and now you've got 3 members of the Thieves on B.
And yeah, Simp gets caught as well. I was going to say, Simp's going to have to do something absurd to make this happen, but Kenny snips his out top bedroom. Nice little 4-man stack on B. The instant secure, and now 2 minutes and 10 seconds to work with to capture A, the easier zone.
aBeZy's desperately trying to race his way across map. Cellium's going to find a corner on the inside of Jules. He might be able to take care of these players. aBeZy's been caught out, but as has Envoy. And Cellium can't hold them back for much longer, though. Perfect spawns there from Slasher. He's right behind him. Uh-oh, wait, Kenny. Oh, my God, look at the moves on him. Great work out of Slasher to stay alive there. You're on A, though, now. LA Thieves, 2-man stack. FaZe, you gotta go.
Oh, and Simp's got to do 2 things. He's got to catch the spawners, and he's got to help his boys on time. So Simp might get shot in the back. Octane on the point, wins it. Simp, they know where he is. He's trying to stay alive and buys just enough time for Slasher to come on the flank. Again, so dire, so close in these moments. Atlanta FaZe, for the moment, barely holding on.
Oh, barely. There are 2 segments remaining and 1 minute 30 for the LA Thieves to conquer them. Here we go. He's trying to push forward a little. Nice kills. Bad timing from Envoy. He's going to stay alive, though. More than stay alive. Somehow gets the kill.
Cellium, you got to trade him out, though. And yeah, him and Slasher just locking things down. You're having team chows from all over the place for both of these teams. High-level COD at its finest. Atlanta FaZe, 3 players in and around Kitchen Simp. He has made this his home. Everybody on LA right now trying to clear him out.
They're doing the best they can. Look, the perfect pinch, though. Simp, he's just too much. He's too hard to handle. In the kitchen, there's another. Gets that. It was Cellium. Whatever, man. We'll give it to him. Crazy play out of Simp. That is disgusting.
Yeah, that is world chat, man. That's it. The 2-time right there. That is the man that lives in grand finals. Anybody that doubts Simp, it's gameplay like that. That is just a reminder. as Atlanta still holding on defense.
FaZe, a phenomenal defensive hold, but that might be enough to break their back. 3 dead.
Right here.
Flying in. Simp, can you do it all over again? I'm not sure if he's got the magic in him on the 4-man stack. This is for the map. Simp, what can you do? You can't take the whole roster down. No way. The Thieves. Teamwork gets it done. A magnificent stack. And what a game of control that was. They take the lead. 2-1.
Hey, Miles, even on the teamwork front, you had what, from Cellium's point of view, like in the icebox corner, 3 different players from LA are chowing at the exact same time, flying at them. I mean, from both of these teams, the team chows, or shots, everything completely on point. But for LA, just a little bit better. And again, they have very much struggled in the control game mode, just as they have struggled in Search and Destroy against Atlanta. Well, they win both of those. They're up 2-1. They get to go back to a hard point to try to secure this series. They finally might have learned just enough in Envoy. Absolute class game, 25 kills, the damage completely on point. I mean, he was winning some unwinnable gunfights towards the end.
Crazy map. However, the Thieves, they take the lead here in the series. We go to another respawn. Atlanta have obviously been putting in the work. As we look across the highlights here, I mean, just the outstanding coordination from the LA Thieves, man, when it came to either side of the map. Either zone was dealt with handedly. And they do lose a couple of very strong rounds, Chance. FaZe didn't look terrible at control, but they're definitely not the strongest control team we've seen.
Honestly, they maybe only had 1 or 2 sort of mishaps the entire time. Here's a look at the quad. That would be 1 or 2 of the mishaps. That is just...
Can we see it?
Yeah,
can we see it again?
LA Thieves just had something extra, I guess. Just a few of those moments where Drazah doing that. Drazah is well defending the B zone just a little bit extra. So, I mean, again, rising to the occasion on the day for the moment. Potentially still a lot more Call of Duty to be played, but for the moment, LA Thieves just have the edge.
So strong, man. What a fantastic matchup this has been. And it's not over yet. Now that we get to cool off, we go to HyDra for our next hard point. Until then, no chance. Just, you can't ask for more. This is what the COD League's all about. This is the highest level of play. This one, this little family feud, this one's a little personal. Last time these two teams matched up online, Slasher had choice words, and we're far from done. If we get to that embassy search and destroy, woo, let's find out. First and foremost, though, a quick dip. We will be cleansed on HyDra, chat. Let's go.
And I mean, 3 things I want to touch on real quick. One, that like 2-piece Simp got the second one through the door, completely absurd. The second thing, has FaZe ever been 4-pieced in a feed that perfectly by one player? Because if I'm Drazah, I'm taking a picture of it, I'm putting that on my wall and framing it. The perfect quad feed against Atlanta FaZe. So that's ridiculous. And then 3, am I crazy? Cellium hit fired his teammate, snapped on him through a wall? Did that happen?
I don't know. I don't remember that exact moment, but it's possible, man. It's possible. He's that player. You know, he really does have that sort of ability. Here we go, though. You've come a long way, Thieves. One more map, close them out, roll on in the tournament. Top 3 here at Major 4. And for FaZe, you can never count them out. No matter what the situation, no matter how dire things seem, they always find a way. This is long but done. And that man on your screen, Cellium, a wizard. We'll see what he can bring. The onlookers there, all of the professional crowd we've got. Of course, members of LAG to the left-hand side of the screen, right-hand side of the screen. Of course, that's Minnesota Røkkr. What a tournament this has been. We are ready to dive into HyDra. Let's go.
And this is a tough one for FaZe. I know they got the first map 1 win, but if there was like either hard point, if they had to win one in the series, it would have been the hotel. LA Thieves a decent bit stronger on this map in spite of the fact that they are last in rotations. But when they rotate, they get there and they completely lock it down. But obviously, the exact same thing can be said for Atlanta FaZe. So rotation's always going to be key, but LA, they love this map. They're happy to see it, especially so against Atlanta FaZe. So this is the desperation time. This could be karma for a spicy interview. And admittedly, I mean, today is only what, Saturday? Plenty of Call of Duty left to be played. The winner gets top 3. The loser falls to Toronto Ultra. But I assure you, Ultra, not a team you want to have to play in losers.
Nah, I mean, they won the last major. They're looking hot already. Here we go. A team that swims together. trims together at the barber. I don't know. Barbershop. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Wins together works.
Yeah, we've already done that one. We're already looking great though. Nice snaps there from Envoy. Not enough to get the kills, but plenty of damage. Going to hold those players back. Keep the LA Thieves on the point. But here comes Simp through mid-map, and he is plowing the field. Just like that, a quick reversal of roles. FaZe are on the point.
Yeah, trying to reap the harvest that's come through this season right at the end of the year. And an interesting moment for Envoy. This is sort of the big question. If you got to be the best at rotations, or try to avoid being the worst, rather, Envoy, it is going to be a hero solo play to try to get these spawns, but Simp is going to be very distant. And honestly, no one collecting the P2 time yet. Octane's going to get 2 kills, and yeah, Atlanta FaZe, they're going to be spawning out, at least for the moment. Envoy jumps on the hill, already gets the first one. Simp plays a deep corner, but it is scattered spawns, and LA Thieves for the moment collecting the time.
Managed to get in there, Thieves. Oh, there they go, they spawn out. Reinforcements will not be there soon enough. Simp, good work. He was on watch, making sure no one made it away through the back, and now his watch has ended, but now it's over to the hard point. The battle has only just begun. Back at it we go. Wow, trades on trades. As Atlanta FaZe, they are still holding on to this one. It's not quite fingernails, it's more of a white knuckle fist at this point in time. What a battle this has been.
Yeah, and it took a little bit of effort from FaZe, too, before they could actually get the trophies in the mix. They were dying nades. You got an errant play by Kenny, maybe trying to strip away some time. But Atlanta FaZe keep it stable, and Atlanta FaZe also winning gunfights again on rotation. Simp, that would have been 8-3, but he falls to 7-4, still doing great in the kills column, and his team has now won the rotation. So again, LA, worst in the game at rotations. It's just when they get it, they hold it down. But you have Atlanta FaZe #1 at the holds. This is a clinical setup they have on P3.
This is a big moment. Slasher, he is the watchman right now. Has got to make sure no one hits that back line. Drazah is going to be the man trying to infiltrate it, and timing has not gone his way. Drazah. Step 1 complete. Step 2, hit the hard point.
Octane's also on the pitch as well. So yeah, FaZe, they're going to be caught in a bunch of different directions. They don't block the spawns, and Drazah has to read this moment. He's checking the steps. He knows what the situation is, and even through the nade smoke, just beams him down. Give him the 2, because why not? And LA Thieves maybe showing off why they're good at this map. They might not always rotate, but even the breaks can be on point. That was a picturesque setup for Atlanta FaZe. They don't get a lot of time off of it. It'll be a nearly tied up game going to new.
Next hard point, low right-hand side of the minimap. That's where we go next. Atlanta FaZe, they are there first. The red arrows on that minimap, but here come the LA Thieves. All 4 of them now. Conga line right through the middle. They're flowing, and that's unfortunate. All of FaZe behind them. Go, boys, go. If you take care of Slasher, hit the 180, you might be able to get there quick. Octane's already making a read of that. He might be able to be the vanguard right now, the rear guard, so make sure no one gets in. Slasher? Oh, no way. Looking for Kenny?
Geronimo?
The cannonball, but he misses. I can't believe it. Another highlight for HyDra right there. The hard point's still open.
Yeah, that is this map, and it's fun. So I love how Slasher didn't even bother to like look underwater. He just knows Kenny's gonna bob his head. But that is Slasher, by the way. I mean, he only had to get 2, maybe make it 3 kills towards the end to pop off, but he just single-handedly saved his team on this rotation to stay alive in the back, because 3 players on FaZe, they died at the worst possible time on rotation. So make no mistake, it is a comedic moment, but that is a massive one for Atlanta. Bump up the score just a little bit more, a sizable lead, but certainly not insurmountable. Now you have LA. They don't win the rotations often, but for this one, they do. The question is, how well can you hold it down? Drazah pushed up, maybe trying to be annoying for a couple extra kills, and so far, he's going to deliver.
Do we get some streaks for Slasher? 2 more kills, and we'll get a cruise missile for his efforts. And Octane says, nah, bro. Ends it right then and there. Drazah on the back line. He's going to be the man watching this rear flank, and aBeZy. Oh, spots 1. He will not be gambling for the player in the back. Can't even get the kill onto Envoy. Now over to Simp. The other half of the terrors. Can he prove to be more than a nightmare? He's in. Slasher finds the kills. Beautiful work. FaZe with a break. FaZe with a time.
And Thieves not able to hold on. So again, another big moment for Atlanta. Trying to just sort of slowly build that lead as much as they can. And it looks like they're going to be poised for the final 15 seconds as well. So first set of rotations is in. I mean, a couple missed opportunities for LA, especially on that like P4 rotation. But Atlanta FaZe capitalized. About a 50-point lead. And if you got a lead like that, you can take the long routes. aBeZy going all the way around. trying to set his team up long-term for P2, and that's the setup. aBeZy draws the attention. Slasher gets the kill. Now you go turn your attention to the time.
Corner Slasher, he's got on a 4. Can he get streaks this time around? 2 more, and he gets himself a cruise. This time, Drazah says, nah, brah. Ends the streak right then and there.
And you have Atlanta FaZe. I mean, again, they got the P2 spawns, but there's 37 seconds left on P1. So LA Thieves, maybe carping the DM and Envoy looking for that rotation again. He has been destructive over towards P2.
Oh, wow.
And Slasher gets caught as well. That is 5 in a row. Crew's opportunity to get, and that was so much time on P1. Atlanta FaZe, I mean, they're still having to fight for the scrap. They're still getting picked apart. Envoy still doing things. He goes on a tear, and his team still has the spawns. A battle we have indeed.
Oh, the Prince of Darkness, truly royalty here. On HyDra, what a play. Here comes the cruise. Wasting no time whatsoever. That's going to slam out either P1 or the players who are trying to make their way through the other side. Nobody home. Everyone from FaZe takes a dip to try to dodge the cruise, and now back on dry land, a Slasher taken care of.
And honestly, that's a perfect cruise as well, because you don't really expect him to get kills, but that is so early on the rotation. You can spot out all the water routes. Guess who's ready for the routes after the fact? It's Envoy selling towards the back, gonna block a couple spawns, but it's not like you're gonna get them, so it's a foot race for a couple players towards the hill. But Envoy, he has been on a tear at this section of the map. He has been a wall of defense. You cannot get past Envoy. All class, all gas, no breaks. Setting his team up in LA, obviously, they have the lead.
He's kicking ass. Helps his boys get the lead. Dylan Hannon, Envoy. A sensational performance here in the hardpoint, trying to close the series out. And Drazah, patient, wise, and lethal here on the back line. Hardpoint's going to be open in a moment. The pinch will be there, but Atlanta FaZe, they will be first in. We're looking at another lead change.
And there it is. That's the gunfight for spawns. Number 5 spawns the instant. Drazah gets that kill. So LA Thieves turning the map on its head. Envoy setting them up. And now the team trying to knock them down. Only a 5-point difference for the moment. But now, right now for Atlanta, you're forced to flood in through P1. The 50-50 gunfights. Well, not easy to win. A lot of damage being exchanged. But LA, that early edge.
Thieves, they are just clotheslining Atlanta FaZe right now. Every possible hit has been dealt with. And here comes another flying lariat from Drazah. There you go. That's 5. Looking for number 6. Here you go. Right into the jaws of our Alaskan assassin. And he has had his fill. What a demon.
And they have flipped the map on its head as well, right? They give up the back spawns at the perfect time. They win the gunfights at the perfect time. They have the rotation exactly when they want it. Envoy, the king of the mountain right now, and it might be a Vaznev, but his shot has been crispy. Now even Drazah, again, the early cruises on rotation just for the intel. Doesn't need to kill anybody. His team's going to be getting that time.
And what a boom that was. Octane, Drazah on the other side of the map trying to make their approach forward. FaZe, they've cut out all of the frontline attackers now straight to the hard point. They will soar through the ruins. Topside covered. Trades are done, though. LA Thieves still maintaining the trade dominance. My good God. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, towards the business end of the hard point. Can Atlanta FaZe mount the comeback? Let's go for a listen in.
Alright, I'm gonna try to go low right here. They could already be out low right here.
I saw P3, bro. It's kind of weird. I feel like.
What could be on news?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see anything bridge. I hear one runes, I think. I think one just went through runes or some bullshit.
I'm trying to play your. I'm playing your.
I think one's behind us.
I think so.
Okay, it's fine. Just stay up front.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying your P3.
MC.
I'm trying to block.
I run. Yeah, run.
I break.
Small.
Front, dead.
And small.
He's just small me.
I'm gonna try this guy.
Small.
It's dead.
That's one up behind us. I'm broken.
One more in front of me. Trying to shot me front. Weak. Dylan. Nice. Shit up.
I think Or behind. Which one here?
Back to me.
Spawn out front.
Back to me, guys.
Heard you.
I'm just finessing.
Trying to
I
help
don't
you.
really have your back.
Spawning up banana, I think.
You guys got my small?
Yeah, he's small.
Can we top of me?
I got stunned.
I'm my pond right now.
No, behind us front. I'm dead too.
Brown shot.
I died. There's two front.
Alright, back door drop.
Weak.
Yeah, there's 2 front. I spawned the back.
Okay, take your time.
FaZe, the setup falls like a house of cards, and now the LA Thieves are in, and we are looking at a 3-1 in a matter of seconds.
Getting picked apart on the final hill as well. It is the tax in the feed. Drazah 27, Envoy 26, and LA Thieves for the 3-1. Taking care of business, getting the job done.
When they last met, Slasher called himself the teacher. I taught you everything you know. And now the students have become the masters. The LA Thieves have triumphed over Atlanta FaZe. And those fist bumps must feel good.
And I'll tell you, Miles, I think this is a series that for these two teams, because I think at this point, we're expecting matchups at every single major. They're going to find each other at one point in time. The fact that LA walked into this one and for the Search and Destroy game plan said, we'll take you on El Asilo, we'll take you on aBeZy, we want them on their best too. The fact that one of their focus points has been on aBeZy through the previous stage, I think LA, they've been playing the long game, knowing that they have to take Atlanta down. And considering the series started off with them losing the first hard point and they bounced back with a dominant win in Search and Destroy, this is a series that can mean a lot for LA long term, but it is that time of the year. We are getting closer to champs. That is when LA levels up, and that 3-1 is going to feel phenomenal for them.
Envoy, the highlight package will be particularly Hannon-filled right now. He had an incredible map, whether it was the shots or the perfect timing, everything he hit just worked out. Unbelievable performance from the LA Thieves. Congrats to them. Top 3 at the major now secured for Atlanta FaZe. They will play Toronto Ultra in a moment. And an afla-la-la-la way this one goes down. That hotel hardpoint, a distant memory, because since then it has been all the LA Thieves.
I'm almost like baffled that they were like 12th on rotations on HyDra. If Envoy has been doing things like that has been clinically absurd on rotation. The gunfights that he was winning, the streaks that he was going on. I think like his KD is like 27 and 18 overall, something like that. But around the P2 section of the map, he had to have been like 15 kills, 2 deaths. Envoy completely ran the show.
Really, really impressive. That's one I'm going to watch back as a budding an aspiring Vaznev player. There's plenty to learn there from these guys. Crazy stuff, man. I mean, wow. Jonas, that was quite, again, we touched upon it at the beginning of this one, quite a personal series between both teams. Of course, last time we played, it was the FaZe who came out top. Atlanta FaZe ran the show in the previous major. This time round, though, all LA Thieves. And this does give us a wonderful indicator of how the rest of the tournament's going to look. Winners final now locked. Of course, OpTic Texas, New York Subliners. That is going to be an absolute slobber knocker later on today. After that, though, we've got FaZe Ultra still to play and a Røkkr waiting patiently for the loser of that Winners Round 2 game as well. So tons of COD still to be played today. But Envoy, the man of the moment, certainly helped his boys get that top 3 performance. He is now on the flank with the squad. Take it away, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? I'm joined by Envoy from the Los Angeles Thieves. Dill, you just got a crazy 3-1 over Atlanta FaZe. You guys are looking incredible. How you feeling after a big win?
Feeling good. Feeling good that I got redemption for the first map because I feel like I made a bunch of bad plays. But even before the series, Zach said, yo, win map 1, even though we didn't. He's like, I got you guys map 2. And he had us map 2, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Zach was going crazy. You were doing your thing all series. Ben, go ahead. You got a question for Dill?
Yeah, I mean, we were curious about the map 2. I know you guys have had some tough losses against them in the seal. Did you guys put some like extra prep work against them or just kind of updated tactics from practice?
Obviously, they're one of the better teams still, so we've scrimmed them a bunch. So we've scrimmed them on the map. And I mean, their SMG has just been falling off a bit. I mean, it's hard to keep at that pace, you know, undefeated for so long time. And we've always liked playing a CeeLo. You know, it hasn't gone our way. We've sucked with our number situations, but we seem to fix those and clutch up when we need to, and that's why we came out with the win.
Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, my question is basically SMG players on HyDra. Yeah. I personally think you're probably the best player. So what do you think about that map, your play style that lets you kind of take over on HyDra?
I'm getting slippery in the water.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Breaking out the bathing suit.
I think the water is deceiving, and I agree with you that HyDra's probably one of the hardest maps to play as a sub, you know, when someone gets posted top ruins, top dome. But it's all about just reading the pressure, reading the map. I mean, obviously you guys have been subs before, so you know when people are playing these power spots, what routes you can and cannot take. And I think it just comes down to that. And sometimes
finesse.
Yeah, you got to finesse. And sometimes in the moment, it's hard to judge. But like I said, recently, I think I've been doing a good job of it.
Yeah, you've been doing a great job, man. You're hitting form for sure, man. You're definitely getting up there. Kenny also, I feel like Kenny's really getting up there now, too. He's really getting into his groove.
Now, our chem has been, like, pretty insane recently. And even in the matches that we don't win, it still feels like we're moving really well on the map together.
Yeah,
you know, baiting and switching, and I feel like we both really know our role.
Yeah, well, Dylan, you guys look great. Good luck the rest of the way. Thank you for hopping on, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
It's always a pleasure, my guy.
Always a pleasure.
Desk, back to you.
I didn't like it.
You almost got in trouble.
Thank you so much, Flank. Awesome stuff coming out of Envoy, and congratulations to the Thieves. I saw this one going the distance. They say, nah, man, we're winning this control, and we are closing the door on one of FaZe's best maps. Let's talk about the success of the squad, because Kenny's numbers, not where they were yesterday, but the dubs keep coming. This is a team effort, and I think we touched on it. Envoy doing a great job on rotations. He wasn't alone, though. I asked you, who is the MVP? Drazah or Envoy? You both said it would be Drazah in your eyes.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think, like, back to that map number 2. I mean, Draws goes 11-4. And I mean, we're not talking about just any team in Search and Destroy. We're talking about Atlanta FaZe, one of their best maps, map number 2. In Drazah, he said, you know, F it then. Yeah. It goes 11-4 for the win, where we thought LA Thieves was in a terrible situation losing that first hard point.
And let's talk about that a little bit, too. Like, the game 2 was very important for this series. It's a map that they were 0-3 on against Atlanta FaZe. And, you know, Chris, we were talking about in the green room a little bit, like, what is he doing so different? You asked me, like, why has he got an SMG out, right?
Yeah.
Well, a couple rounds early on, aBeZy was getting active, and then Drazah played bottom mid, bloods aBeZy. The next round, he's like, I know he's going to be a little bit more hesitant, pulls out the SMG and just rushes to their side up top. So clearly, through practice and having those repetitions, sitting at 15 times in the year, they've now played a CeeLo Search. They've improved there. Moving on, I mean, you think about this HyDra hardpoint. This is a map that a lot of people probably had FaZe winning. Well, that second rotation, the fundamentals on Thieves are just supreme. Every single spawn they had, every single hill early control they had, putting FaZe on the back foot. Thieves are just better.
This was our Boston Major Final. It happened just in our winners semis, and now with a 3-1, LA Thieves move into our winners final tomorrow in our guaranteed top 3. Meanwhile, for FaZe, you drop down to a lower bracket where Toronto, the most recent major champion, is waiting. FaZe haven't finished outside the top 3 in 9 events. This could be the first time this season, first time since last year.
Yeah, major one last year. Since then, Atlanta FaZe hasn't placed outside top 3 at any major. And I will say this, so I do want to commend Atlanta FaZe, at least moving up the ranks when it comes to respawn. They went from like being the 10th rotational team in the league to like 4th now during this split. So they're making improvements, but you can't be losing your search and destroys against teams like LA Thieves where respawn's their strong suit. So it's going to be a battle against Toronto later on today.
We got to take a look at some of the best moments from this. Drazah was a rock star, the MVP. Has our bracket moving forward. It's going to be your Thieves 3-1ing over FaZe. They play the winner of OpTic versus Subliners. That's the battle that's coming up next, and we highlighted it earlier. Elimination round 3, FaZe or Ultra. One of them is not moving on to a championship Sunday, Allie.
I mean, that is insane to think about. Once again, this is one of those matchups where you'd expect it in winners, you'd expect it in semis, to seed and losers round number 3. I mean, I can't imagine one of these teams going home, but they have to.
Shout out to everyone who just picked up their drops. I saw 5 winners here in Twitch chat, and remember, they are on YouTube and Twitch. And we've got plays like this coming for days. It's time for your GMC Hummer EV extract mode. And Drazah, he extracts a whole team from this map. Take a look at this squad wipe.
I mean, the guy gets an absolute 4-piece, right? Like, he finds 2. We didn't see it from his perspective, but he gunned the crap out of the last 2. The snakes don't work. It feels like after he got that 1v2 in the search, he was just on fire the next 3 maps. Look at the shots.
And remember about this control, I said it was the #1 attack team in LA Thieves versus the #1 defensive team in Atlanta FaZe. LA Thieves just picked their defense apart.
Love watching this battle, and it could be just one of 2 throughout this tournament. Will FaZe be able to battle back? We have to wait and find out. For now, we have another winners bracket semis. OpTic takes on New York next, and before that, we want you all to register right now for the World Series of Warzone. It's bigger, badder, and madder, all concluding with a live in-person final for the first time ever. Check out the World Series of Warzone.com right now, or scan the QR code. Also, pick up your Golden Blossom, because Serenity awaits with the Golden Blossom bundle. We've got 3 elegant tracer weapons that have both death effects and laser effects. So get yours today. It's the Golden Blossom Tracer Pack. You're going to love it. I love it already. But I love Call of Duty more when we come back. It's Subliners versus OpTic Texas. Who's joining the LA Thieves in that winners bracket final? We find out after this.